Chocolate Tribe is a high-end visual effects and animation studio based in Johannesburg, South Africa. We have a diverse pool of clients locally and international.
Chocolate Tribe was established in 2014. We were initially 2 people. Now 5-6 years later roughly, we're about 25 people and we're still growing fast. We work on high-end visual effects and animation for feature film, TV series as well as commercials for clients such as the BBC, Disney, Netflix and many other customers across the globe.
The project that was groundbreaking for Chocolate Tribe was in 2015, Robot and Scarecrow for us, directed by Kibwe Tavares, and very sweet and interesting story.
There's an amazing short film about this robot and the scarecrow and a festival that they meet.
Now, Robot and Scarecrow was a film that was commissioned by DMC Films, Nexus and Factory 15. We did about 127 plus visual effects heavy shots where we needed to integrate an android character with rotomation on top of her and another actor's face replacement with a scarecrow. And it definitely got people's attention internationally.
Ravi approached us because of Robot and Scarecrow, and the studio at that time was using After Effects.
So we initially went with After Effects because it was kind of the pipeline we had used on Robot and Scarecrow. Robot and Scarecrow was a team of probably 8 people, 9 people. It was quite a small team actually for what we had to do, but we felt that Cognition could be approached in a similar sort of way.
So Ravi gave us an edit of the whole film. We were only supposed to do the front end. I think it was about 4 minutes.
The desert sequence in Cognition was 70 visual effects shots, which was quite an interesting challenge because you are dealing literally with a green canvas and you sort of have to fill it in with a believable world. Often when you do one shot at a time, you sort of just work towards a shot. But in this case, we had to work in all kinds of directions because obviously the camera work was looking left, looking right, wide shots, close-ups. So you have to really think about what the world looks like.
So with Planet Vega, he had some concept drawings, mood boards, great concept ideas behind it.
We started by just collecting a lot of desert references like nebulas, some deep space photography to kind of build an interesting desert planet. Ravi wanted it quite fantastical, he wanted a bit of color.
One of the things we found is that if you take something from one world, say underwater plants, and you put that in a desert scene, those worlds are so opposite to each other that you kind of immediately create something that is not right, something that the viewer goes, okay, that's not normal. And we found that worked really well. Putting underwater plants in a desert scene made it look more alien. Shifting the colors around always helps a little bit.
I also used a lot of video elements to breathe life into the backgrounds. Deserts don't have a lot of movement, not a lot of life. So dust and some carrion birds in the background would just kind of like bring life into the scenes. The 3D side, we started experimenting with World Builder and Quixel. World Builder was just really clever in how it can quickly build desert-like environments. And Quixel gave us amazing libraries of rock elements, plant life.
So having access to this extensive Quixel library, it really enabled us to add the level of detail that you'd expect in real life.
And we can very quickly, with these 2 applications, start building very hyper-realistic desert environments.
Our go-to tool, same as in Robot and Scarecrow, was Redshift. First of all, it's a GPU rendering engine. It enabled us to just get off the mark fast and actually get results to Ravi as soon as possible. 3D tracking is a process that any visual effects artist would need to face sometime in his career. And tracking is always known as being the process that takes time. In some cases where Blender could not solve our cameras, and object tracking, we actually would go to Nuke, and Nuke became the actual main tool for us to solve these issues.
Nuke also helped us a lot with its advanced keying and rotoscoping tools. The majority of the rotoscoping on the job was done in Nuke. We also had some issues with cleaning up edges, and Nuke really came in handy. The 4 months turned into like a year. There were different changes along the way. We had to upscale, for instance. We had to change to a 32-bit float. With all the changes and also new people coming on the team, the comps in After Effects became extremely heavy. We started relying more and more on the Nuke process.
Working within Nuke, it enabled us to collaborate a lot easier with multiple artists at the same time. Also, you're avoiding the whole linear workflow, so immediately you're jumping straight into being a parallel workflow.
Yeah, so thanks to this project, we have fully integrated Nuke now into our pipeline. We use it for all long form and short form. Our review processes all happen in Nuke Studio, so in retrospect, I can definitely say that we should have started with Nuke in the first place. But I think we're really proud of the work we did here.
It was really great working with Ravi on this project. We really enjoyed the relationship, a very open relationship. Whenever you do a film or a short film in this case, it's always nice when you're able to sort of bounce ideas around and nobody's too precious about anything. We're all just there to make the best sort of project we can with the time and the budget allowed.
We would like to thank the Foundry for sponsoring this production within Cognition.
It really allowed us to really get the most out of Nuke. And if anything, sort of fast forward our sort of growth as a studio, where we started adopting Nuke a lot quicker than we probably would have.